This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joynton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Bonnie Fredericks, who is the Alpena County Clerk. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, Nancy. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, and thank you very much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to come here today.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
And today we want to talk about the Alpena League of Women Voters is having an education session. And when I heard about it, I thought, what a great idea. And of course, Vernie Nethercutt is always out there for the League of Women Voters, and
Yes.
she contacted me. So you got to be the magic person that came today.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
So tell me what's going on with the educational it's a seminar, it's a forum?
They're calling it. It's on March 13th from 7 to 9 at the Fletcher Street Brewery. We're going to have local clerks, candidates that have run before, to come and share their experiences and their knowledge, and to, if you ever thought of running for a position and you thought, I wonder what it takes, is it hard, what do I need to do, now would be the time to come and find out. If you're interested in elections at all, we're inviting people to come. They can come earlier and eat there at the brewery, of course at their own cost, but we're going to have Karen Hebert there, city clerk, Linda Van Dusen, a township clerk, Sanborn Township. Eric Lawson, he was appointed when Rich Fournier passed away, and we appointed county commissioner. And then we have Cindy Johnson, who ran for write-in candidate for city council person and was successful. And also we'll have Tim Coline, from the college, because he has such a wealth of knowledge just on politicals and elections and everything. So we thought a well-rounded forum. It'll be very informal. The individuals will give a brief overview of their jobs or their experiences, and then the audience will be able to ask questions. We'll have educational material for them to pick up from the state that we've got. We'll talk about the upcoming millage elections that will be on in August. We have school board members, board of trustees from the college that'll be on in November also, and just different races that are coming up, so people become informed and the process, and they know what they should be doing.
And you know, it is when you see that there's a vacant seat somewhere and someone out there might think, oh gosh, you know, I have experience, I complain all the time about I should be on that board, but they don't really know what the commitment of time is. They don't really know how to apply. They don't know the rules and regulations. So this is a great opportunity, you know, and I think maybe we lose some really good quality people that would like to run for office because they're a little nervous about the process and what steps to take.
I think so. I believe that's true. Eric Lawson, again, he was appointed. He came in, just thought maybe he'd like to give something back to his community, and so he submitted a letter of intent, and the commissioners interviewed him along with two other gentlemen that were also very well qualified, and it was a tough decision, but he was appointed and he's enjoying it. I believe he says he does. It does take a commitment. You get to know some of the in and outs. It's not just as simple as sitting at the board meeting and voting yes or no. There's homework. You learn about how different things interact, how if you make a decision here it's going to affect possibly the county, but it may also affect the townships or the city, or it might go into mental health issues or different things. So it's not as easy as just making a decision, but it is very interesting, and it keeps people on their toes.
And the Alpena League of Women Voters has always been on the forefront of bringing all the issues, the candidates, everyone out where we get a chance to meet and greet and talk to them and get their opinions.
Yes.
Where you get everybody at the same time. It's not a one-on-one thing, which is really wonderful, because then all the stuff comes out.
Right, and it is a nonpartisan get-together on March 13th. The league will be there. A lot of the members will be, and like I say, we'll just have an informal discussion. Hopefully others that are interested will appear, have good questions, as they always do at the League of Women Voters forums. You know, it's not a political rally. It's not favoring one one side or the other. It's just like, here's some information. Hopefully you'll take something away with it and you have an enjoyable evening.
And you have someone who was elected, someone who was appointed, someone who was a write-in candidate. So that's kind of really great too, because you'll get a chance to listen the process that they had to go through. A write-in candidate, you know, that's, oh, seems so scary. But Cindy did it and she won the election.
Correct, she did. And like I say, I will have a little spiel to give, of course. And we'll have information that we can hand out, pamphlets on how to circulate petitions to run for a county commissioner. We have 8 county commissioner seats in the Alpena County, and they're divided. There's 3 in the city by streets and such, and the townships are divided up. You have to live in that district to run. You have to be a registered voter, and you only need like 3 signatures, maximum of 10 signatures of qualified voters in your district to get on the ballot. And so if you think that you'd like it, now would be the time to find out.
And then what about the school board elections? Is that the same process?
School board election is basically the same process, but that again, the school and the college are nonpartisan.
Okay.
So they'll be on the November ballot. They need a few more signatures, and I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's like 10 to 25 only, and they just have to be a registered voter and live in Alpena County, so you get your signatures from county-wide. Or like in the case of we run a little bit into Presqu'île for there. We run Craco Township, and a little bit of the Presqu'île Township are also in the Alpena Public School District. So as long as they live in the Alpena Public School District. And those positions are also very interesting, and they're always looking for new ideas and new people to come in. It seems like you get certain people, and they're always dedicated and willing to bring up and step forward, but sometimes it's fun to have an interesting, a new party to come in, and some of those people are like,
change
I'm tired.
Good. Yes.
Yes. Change is good as long as it's positive change.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. And then the millage elections, how many, you said we have 4?
Yes, there's 4. We'll have the, that expire. Of course, we have the youth and rec.
Right.
That'll be on, the veterans, the older persons, and the ambulance.
Okay, all very important things in our community.
Right.
And I just would like to tell voters in our community, first of all, if you don't vote, shame on you. And it's an easy process to register to vote. So what do we do to register to vote?
To register to vote, you can do it online.
Okay.
You can download the application. You can stop in at the county clerk's office and pick up an application. You can go to any of the township clerks and pick up an application. You also can register at the Secretary of State's.
Okay, so
when you do your driver's license or you renew it, they'll ask if you would like to register to vote. And one misconception, or people don't want to register to vote because they think they'll be drawn for jury duty. That is not the case. Jury selection is drawn from anyone that has a driver's license or a Michigan ID.
Okay.
So voting is not tied to jury duty.
Okay, so get registered to vote, and when those millage elections come up, read the fine print, read everything about them, because they're very important millages for our community.
Yes, there is, and there will be one state proposal on right now that we're aware of, and it has to do with should the state allow tax revenue dollars to be used for helping out municipalities or metropolitan areas within the state.
Okay, like after the big Detroit thing.
Correct.
Okay, I understand. We're out of time. Thank you so much for being here, Bonnie, and take care, and I'll look forward to hearing about the wonderful success of the forum.
Oh, good. Thank you very much, Nancy.
Please stay tuned. I'll be right back following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last guests today are both from the Alpena Rotary Club. I have Steve Wilson and Jackie Krofchek. Hi, and welcome.
Hi.
Now, Steve, you're president this year of the Alpena Rotary Club, and we see the Rotary Club out there and all the wonderful things you do in our community. So, and your annual radio auction is coming up Tuesday, March 18th.
Right.
And it's really an important fundraiser to allow your club to do and continue doing all those wonderful things in our community.
Yes, we have we do lots of projects, totally service-based. We are a service club. And our major project right now is to do signage for the bike path through Alpena and also make some improvements to it. And of course, that all takes money to make it better for our community. But in addition to that, we do a lot of other things like we work with Feeding Kids program. We do youth exchange. We've had people from Alpena travel overseas for a year. Rotary has a great program for that. We also give books to all the first graders to encourage reading. We honor the top graduates of Alpena High. So we do lots of different things. We also have a great Rotary leadership camp that's free that we fund for juniors from Alpena. So there's all these things we do among other programs that we do. There's a bunch of other ones. So all the money will go towards that, and we do that locally, and a little bit will go internationally because we are a worldwide organization, so we help some water wells in the Dominican Republic. But the vast majority of the money we raise, and the auctions are a major fundraiser, is stays right here in Alpena. So we try to support the community as best we can.
Okay. And Jackie, you're the organizer for this year's auction, and I always listen to it on WATZ radio, and it sounds like it's just a blast. It's so much fun, and I have to say that the Alpena community and other people that you've contacted have been very generous.
Oh my goodness, this year especially, we have great items this year for the auction. We have a couple of larger ticket items that we're very proud to be presenting this year. We think that this will be very successful. We did decrease it from 2 nights to 1 night, but it doesn't mean that we devalued the auction by any means.
No, you actually have a lot of really higher priced items this year.
We do. We're pretty excited about some of our, we always set aside the big ticket items, then those are kind of the flurry at the end of the night, so everybody's bidding on them. And a couple of them, just to mention a few, we were lucky to get one of the few tours of the Mackinac Bridge that they do. They only give out so many a year, so we have that. And then we also have an excursion or experience to Las Vegas to do a race car driving experience. So that is something very cool. We haven't had something quite that caliber before, so we're very excited.
Okay, so tell us how the auction works.
So on March 18th, starting at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the WATZ will start making announcements, and there will be people manning the phone starting at 3 o'clock. And so you can bid via phone starting at 3 o'clock. But at 5:15, the real auction starts. So they'll actually start announcing the items in order, encouraging people to bid either calling in or on the web, which is alpenarotaryauction.com.
Okay.
But prior to March 18th, starting on March 10th, the online portion opens. So people could actually start bidding as early as March 10th on the online portion.
Ooh, so then when an item actually gets mentioned on the air, then it will go at the price. I mean, it would be announced at the price that it's already been bid on at.
Yes, and it's really a time saver for us, and it helps get people that maybe aren't available that night to be able to participate as well.
Okay, how do we pay for these items?
So after the auction is over, if you're one of the lucky bidders that gets an item or more than one, Bank of Alpena actually will be handling all the transactions again.
All right. And now, Steve, you have some real visible projects in our community, too. The playground down at near Michikiwis and Rotary Mill Island. And, you know, I just want to say thank you to your club, because those things, I know that my grandchildren, we've enjoyed many happy hours down at Michikiwis there using that one. And then I walk in the summer, if we ever have it again, every day. And I love to go to Rotary Mill Island. I just love the look, the feel of it. And it's just a beautiful spot in our community.
Yeah, we've been really happy with that project in the island, because it does, and that's why we're doing the bike path project now, because it kind of segues all together to make sure that's all fits in. And it's amazing the feedback we get from people who visit Alpena, which is we're trying to do, and the feedback on that whole bike path and how unique that is. So we're pretty excited about that.
And what kind of signage will it be?
Well, there's if you go around the path, it's been around a long time, and over the years, originally they had it all signed out, and it's kind of over the years it's kind of fallen down a little bit, where to go, so we're going to have different loops, and of signs, so if you want to just do a mile, a certain loop, and so we have arrows and stuff, because at times, because you lose, in some places we had to use the side, they use the side of the road, and it's not totally clear where the bike path goes, so we're going to solve those issues and make it easy to follow. So when you're riding the bike, you can just ride your bike and not wonder where the path goes at times.
Right. When you tell someone from out of town to get on the path, sometimes they'll say, well, how do I find the signage? So
And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to have a defined trailhead where to start with an overall map, and that'll be at Duck Park.
Okay.
What's really neat about this is that, so for my regular job, the auction is just a piece of what I'm doing right now, but one of the things that Alpena is trying to do is create this brand, and so Rotary stepped up to actually fulfill one of the pieces of that brand because it was recommended that we improve our bike path. So it's great that Rotary is getting involved in the actual direction of Alpena where we want to take it.
Okay, back to the auction. How do we find out all the items that are listed? Is it going to be in the Alpena News?
Yes, there will be a tab coming out in the Alpena News, so that'll be available. It'll also be available on the alpenarotaryauction.com website once that online bidding starts.
So pick them out and make the call, start early, make the calls, because it's really fun to listen if you got it or not, or hear who bid higher than you. And it really is a fun event, and I hope people will do it. And one thing we want to stress too, Jackie, is that there truly is something for everyone, every price range.
Yes, so we have items that'll go for several $1,000s, and then we have items that'll go for, $25. So there's something for everyone. There's gift certificates to everyone's favorite restaurants. There's this year, one of the items this year that's kind of a mid-range price is a entire makeover, I think, for 2 people. So there's really just something for absolutely everybody.
And some unique ideas.
And Rotary has a Facebook page. You can go there and get some more information, and if you'll like it, you can spread it to your friends. And because that's the best form of advertising for it. And being online now, you don't have to, be in Alpena.
That's true.
So, but WATZ does stream online.
Okay.
So if you're out of area, you can listen to it online you can listen to it online and bid online all at the same time. So
and just a big thank you to WATZ. How many years have you been doing this now? 62 years. Thank you, WATZ, and our communities, surrounding communities, for all the support, and thank you to Rotarians for all the wonderful things you do in our community.
You're welcome.
Anything else we need to add?
We just hope that we get some new bidders this year, and we hope that people enjoy it as much as they always have.
And Tuesday, March 18th, from 5:15 to 10 p.m.
Or start March 10th online.
Right, start. Right. That's what I plan to do. All right, thank both of you very much.
Thanks, you.
Nancy.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Joynton following these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Olin Joynton, president of Alpena Community College. My guest this morning, Mr. Brian Van Wormer of ESI. Welcome back to the show, Brian.
Thank you, Dr. Joynton.
Well, let's start off with ESI. What do those initials stand for, and what's the company all about?
ESI stands for Employment Services Incorporated. ESI works with a select group of clients in Northeast Michigan. We provide human resource services as well as recruiting, trying to match talented individuals with career opportunities.
So if a person would like to have a job or like to get prepared for a job, that person should start coming to your office and figuring out what's available, and maybe going through some training at ACC and getting lined up for a career. Would that be a good picture?
Yeah, absolutely. We recommend folks become aware of the different types of opportunities, and whether that's through word of mouth or advertising, talking to family and friends, learning what the opportunities are that exist here locally. Things like mechanical engineering, sales and marketing, or manufacturing.
So would it be correct to say there's plenty of opportunity here for people willing to put in the time to develop their talents and position themselves for the careers that are needed?
There are. I think it's a fair statement to say that there are a lot of opportunities. It seems to be matching up folks that have a desire and talent in a particular area, and then preparing themselves through education to reach their potential.
Good. Now, beyond the specific kinds of technical information that a person would need for a career in those that you mentioned, what are some general characteristics that are really valued by employers in the people that they want to hire? What are they looking for?
Today, and then I think this continues, we continue to see a strong need for the STEM-related subjects, science, technology, engineering, math, more on the technical side.
Okay. And in addition to that, just the characteristics like reliability, communication skills, punctuality, what are some of the others?
Yeah, I think the soft skills that you mentioned, things like dependability and work ethic and being optimistic about opportunities, I think those all lend themselves well to a qualified candidate.
I would imagine ethics and integrity would be important there. And what about teamwork? We hear a lot about that. Some people work best by themselves, others in teams. Any comment on that?
I think teamwork is essential, even for those that do work better by themselves, because they still are part of a team,
right,
in the bigger picture.
Very good. Now, you've come back to the ACC campus for another semester, as it's going on right now, of 1 day a week setting up shop on our campus. That's a wonderful thing. Tell me about that process.
Yeah, last year we started in this winter semester, spending 1 day a week on campus in the Student Services Center at Van Laer Hall, offering resume critique, mock interviewing, as well as just general question and answer to students interested in local career opportunities that we may have with some of our clients. And we had a lot of success with that last year. Talked to a number of students and decided this year that we would go ahead and continue that for the winter semester.
So I know employment, either in short term or maybe a little bit longer term for a person who's pursuing a bachelor's, is on the mind of just about every student at ACC. That's their goal and their purpose, whether they have a technical subject or maybe a liberal arts major. Eventually, that person who's going to ACC is going to want to put those skills and that knowledge to work. So I really want to thank you for coming back to the campus and interacting with our students, guiding them, supporting our process of career placement. It's a really great partnership that we have with you, and hope it continues.
Thank you for the opportunity to do that. We do appreciate that, and we do see a lot of students that talk to us and say, wow, I had no idea some of the opportunities that do exist.
Last I checked, the unemployment rate for this region is about 11.5%. That's about a 5-point drop from about 3 years ago. And so the kind of activities that you're doing, the awareness and partnering with ACC for the training, I think can bring that number down even farther. When it comes to the STEM fields, talk about what that means, please, and some of the specific areas within the STEM field range that are particularly interesting to you.
Well, as you're aware, the manufacturing sector is growing, and we work with a number of clients involved in the engineering and manufacturing of equipment, and so there are a lot of technical type positions, things like industrial sales. Having some technical or mechanical aptitude to help develop relationships with customers to secure orders.
Right.
We also see computer-aided drafting and design as a continuing to grow as a need. And then, of course, mechanical engineering, the folks that are actually designing the equipment that we build and sell.
So STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Those 4 disciplines are consistently rise to the top, and along with healthcare fields like nursing and medical assistant and so on, as the fields where the greatest opportunities for employment reside. How about the difference between engineering and engineering technology? Because I believe most engineering fields require a very high level of math, 3 or 4 semesters of calculus and so on. Engineering technology, not quite that much, and maybe a little bit more practical, hands-on. Is that your understanding?
Yeah, my understanding is the mechanical engineering field is made up of math and theory, and then you have the application side. Right. Mechanical engineering technology programs tend to focus more on the application side, right, and how the theory pertains to what they're actually doing.
So people can select from many different levels of employment within the overall spectrum of opportunities within manufacturing, engineering, drafting, those kinds of fields. So, well, let me thank you again for what you're doing for our students and in meeting the needs of the local employers. And also, I appreciate your being my guest on the program again today, and good luck to you with your endeavors.
And thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joynton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.